All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of Coffee and Questions. It's another day where we're doing some product reviews, and today we're going to concentrate on winches, the ones that you can buy out at Harbor Freight. I'm going to change the picture. Let's just get right to it, and let's see if they're any good, and let's talk about what's not so good and maybe some fixes that you can apply to these. Here we go. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about this Badland. This is the ZXR 12,000 pound truck SUV winch with remote control and automatic braking. And there are people in the forum, and I have a guy out at the club. He bought one. He wanted to put it on the front of a trailer to be able to pull up like large logs, probably another automobile, I don't know, but to pull up very heavy things. And his trailer's got a ramp. So we'll go over some of the ups and downs that he went through, I mean, when he bought this and through the installation part of this, and I'll incorporate some of the comments off of the forum as well as out at the club. All right, here we go. Okay, so when you buy this, it does not come with a mounting plate, and a lot of people felt that it did, and they were disappointed when they got home, or they got mad that they had to go back and actually get the mounting plate. Now, the thing about the mounting plate, and I'll leave the product number, up above, and I'll leave the website that you can go to if you're having trouble to where you can buy this mounting plate or get it. Now, what the friend of mine did is he just went ahead and he made his own because he thought it's going to be better anyway than a purchase mounting plate because he's mounting it towards the front, of a flatbed trailer, near the toolbox. So he wanted to make his own, which was his quick fix around this anyway, but you do have to buy a mounting plate for any other uses if you don't want to make your own. Okay, now one of the things or a complaint that he had once he mounted this thing up there is he was telling me, first, make sure you get a warranty with this. People run into problems with these and have to return them. And if you do, you want that warranty. So I would encourage you to get the warranty. But one of the things he ran into is it needs a better roller or spindle guide on there because the cable, like you see here in the picture, wraps up very neatly, right to left, left to right. But he said, you really need to make sure that you have something like that on there, or otherwise this cable, it's going to kind of wind up all over the place on you. So, okay, that was interesting. So let's see what else. One of the comments, what do I think about Warren Winch, Ramsey, and Smittybilt? They're probably better winches. I'm not going to tell you that they're not, but you're going to pay a significantly amount more. Let me show you a couple of pictures I pulled off of the web of them real quick, and we'll get right back to this. Okay, so that gave you like a quick look at the other ones that are out there and available, and I'll leave the links in the description below. We're focusing in on the Badland one, but you can read through. Everybody knows that like Warren, and they probably make one of the better built ones in the industry, but you also got, the Smittybilt one, and you have the Ramsey. I don't have any experience with those at all. I do see a lot of people have the Warren winches, but again, you're going to pay the price to own those. Let's get back to this. So what are some of the other things to be concerned about with this if you buy it? Some of the people gave it low star ratings because they're saying that the electronics on this thing fails, fairly easily, the control box itself. So they were able to go back and exchange it. Somebody said, well, if you own this longer and you have it past the warranty, there's no way to get parts. Somebody else wrote back, well, yeah, there is, and there's an 800 number. I'll put it up here, above me, and you are able to call and get parts for them, but the shipping is probably going to take you quite a bit of time before you get them. That's another thing to keep in mind. Somebody else wrote it needs a longer cable connection from the unit to the battery. Okay, but you can buy the longer cable. I wouldn't really downgrade, the product that much over, a simple fix like that. One of the things that isn't a simple fix is they say the cable is not exactly the best quality around. It'll last you a short time and eventually it's going to fail. Okay, regarding the cable issue, there are a couple of people in there. They either bought 5/16 or 7/16 aircraft cable, which has got one hell of a lot more durability, and you can put it, onto this unit. When they buy it, they said that the existing cable that comes with it is only 65 feet. It's not long enough. So when and if you do replace the cable on this, try to get 100 feet. That's been kind of the recommended norm. So 100 feet of aircraft cable, make sure you get good quality cable, you should be fine. Now, somebody else commented it has a poor line speed, meaning it doesn't do it very fast. However, it does get the job done. If you want something faster, you can pay more money and get one of those higher quality winches that we talked about in the description below. But for the price, this is a very adequate unit to have as far as a winch goes. Somebody made the comment, you can rig up a 3-to-1 setup to speed it up. Now, I don't know if somebody else knows, drop in the comment below. I don't know exactly what he means by that or how that's done. But if you do, leave me a comment. I'd be interested to know what a 3-to-1 setup really consists of. Somebody else wrote in here that he uses the Badland Winch for a lot of logging and pulling logs up onto a trailer and doing a lot of work like that. And what he does, he has a 20-foot chain. He has 30 feet of tow strap, and he's got 10 feet of tree chokers with shackles. I'm not into it to that degree, and neither was a friend of mine that put it on his trailer, but it's a comment worth mentioning. I mean, if you're doing a lot of heavy-duty work and you're going to put a lot of demand on this unit, if you are, I don't know if it's going to be the unit for you. This is good for a lot of intermittent use and stuff, but some people say, no, you can also use it for constant use, but then they run into the problems, with the electronics and stuff, sometimes have to take it back or sometimes have to get parts. But I've given you the information on the parts and everything else. Like I said, still adequate for the price. Let me see what else is out there in terms of questions. Same person added in here, get yourself a Snatch Block. That would also help you too. It's a good idea. I'll leave a link below where you can get a good quality Snatch Block. What about the cover for it? It doesn't come with the cover. Well, there's a couple of things. The first thing you can do is put a trash bag over it, for the time being. But what I'm told, let me find it here. I'll try to leave it in the link below. Worn Xeon cover from Amazon, $38. It fits over this thing perfectly. So I'll leave you the link below if you're interested in getting a nice cover for it rather than just that trash bag and the redneck approach. But redneck approach works. If you work in a wet climate, put a trash bag over it. That's your simple solution. A couple of people were mentioning they got it all the way home, realized there were a lot of parts and stuff, nuts, bolts, things like that missing. Open it in the parking lot. Okay, I keep saying this on a lot of my videos. These things are mass produced, mass shipped. If you can, open it up out in the parking lot, take a quick look through it, see if you've got everything before you get that trip home and start putting it together and realize that you were short on something and have to go back. But they're more than accommodating, when you run into problems. Harbor Freight always has been. Okay, so the friend of mine is going to intermittently pull heavy things up onto the trailer. If you're going to use this for more than just that intermittent use when it comes to large things like logs and stuff, is this really the route you want to go? Probably not. I mean, to give you an answer, this thing draws one hell of a lot of current. So, I mean, you may want to set up to have like a much better battery or dual batteries, and you want to make sure that your alternator is, going to be able to take all this load. So one of the comments was somebody had an Optima battery and it wasn't enough. And so they went with a dual setup so that when they run this winch, they're actually drawing off of another battery or the dual battery setup. Now, somebody that's more experienced, can drop a comment below. I have not set it up that way. I'm just reading a comment that this thing pulls a hell of a lot of current and you need to take into account your battery and your alternator before you put it under constant heavy loads. Okay, I'm going to put up another picture of the Badland Apex Synthetic 12,000 pound wireless. This one's not wireless, but you can buy the additional kit to make it wireless if you want to. And the friend of mine is going to do that because it's a convenience thing if you needed to sit in the vehicle or stay away from you know, that coil. I mean, when you're winching something. So it's nice to have, well worth the price. All right, let me change the picture. Let me show you the Apex. Okay, so here's the Badland Apex synthetic 12,000 pound wireless winch that we just talked about. And look at the price. Now you're up to $800 from where we were. And it says compared to the Warren Xeon, maybe in terms of price, but not in terms of quality. That I can tell you, one of the guys out of the club has that Warren Xeon. And I'm going to tell you something, that thing is a monstrous strong winch. And the line speed is great on it. So you're paying for all those additional features and capabilities. But this is a new product. It's labeled, you know, from Badland. I don't know anybody that owns it. If you do, drop it in the comment below. But the other one is a very doable winch. So let's go back to it for just a second. We will wrap this up. Okay, so we're back over here to the ZXR. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures I pulled off of the web. I mean, one of them is mounted to a trailer, the other is mounted to a Jeep, and we'll wrap this up. This is just giving you a quick idea of how somebody had mounted it to their Jeep. Like I said, this isn't my photo, but I mean, I thought it was a good illustration. You can see how it's mounted there. Let me show you one that's mounted to a trailer. Okay, so the last picture here, I'm showing you just above my head, is where the guy used a bracket. Now, I'm not sure if that's the bracket that you can buy. We made our own because the way that we did is we made it out of good plate steel. We sketched it out how we wanted it, where the bolt holes, so it would go down into the frame and secure, you know, like concrete. So it's up to you, but both different ways, something to think about. All right, folks, this has been a quick overview on that Badland ZXR 12,000 pound winch. I like it so far. I mean, he doesn't put a lot of heavy duty use behind it. So if you're going to do that, you know, you might look at the Warren winch or, you know, the Smittybilt, one of the others. But this is a very doable winch, and for the price, it's been working for him great. So I don't have anything bad to say about this at the moment. He's been using it for quite a while, and it seems to do everything that he's wanted it to do. So let me know if you own this, what your luck has been with it, and what you feel about the durability. Drop it in the comment below. If you like these reviews, give me a thumbs up, click subscribe. I'll see you on the next video, but this is worth considering at this price. I would definitely do it if I needed one. Right now, I do not. But out at the club, like I said, a couple of people have bought these, and they're going to get the wireless remotes for them as soon as they can. That's something that was a must. They fabricate their own brackets because they want to make it out of thicker steel, and they want to custom make it to their own liking. Now, a lot of these bumpers, of course, come with plates on them, so you know you could go that route too if you're going to replace your bumper. It's all up to you when it's all said and done, but it does not come with the mounting plate, so that you have to keep in mind. And please buy the warranty. With the problems that people have suggested down there, you don't want to be out of warranty and run into a problem. So it's worth getting that warranty. You folks have a great day. I will see you on the next video, and thank you. Bye-bye.